Welcome to this session of OpenMentor.net. In this session, we are going to see the structures in C programming. A structure is denoted by struct, S-T-R-U-C-T. This is a keyword. A structure is nothing but a group of variables. Put it as a block. It's not an execution block, it's a data block. You need to give a structure name, and then you can use a variable. I'll show you how to use the variable here and then at a different point of time also. So it has a structure name, then within that the structure elements are individual variables. Now to access a structure variable or a field in a structure, structures are synonymous to the records. EMP1 is the actual variable name for the given structure. Then dot, this is the qualifier operator. EMP-ID, this means employee ID of this employee1 structure is equal to 10. Then I'm copying John to the employee1 of employee name string. Then I'm assigning 5,000 to employee1.salary. Once the fields are defined inside the structure, the accessing of those things is same as accessing variables, so there is no problem. So right now I have given a simple structure, assigned variables to the and then the values to those structure fields, then printed them. Let us execute this. So it prints 10 John 5,000. So what is the advantage of this? The variable EMP-ID, I can have another variable also, structure also EMP2. I can have two structures, but now I can always have EMP1. I can just copy paste this. Okay. Instead of EMP1, I can say EMP2, EMP2, EMP2. So you have got two different structures, but the individual variable names remain the same. Now I change this to 20, I change this to James, I change this to 6,000. Now let us print that as well. So you have got same variable names or the field names, but the structure names are different. So when you are dealing with programs with database records and file records, you will be dealing with structures interchangeably. Let us execute this. So you have got one structure with the employee ID equal to 10, another structure with the employee ID equal to 20. So these are nothing but employee records. So when we deal with at a later point of time database or file structure records, you will be using structures a lot. So here what we have done, while defining the structure itself, we have defined the variables also. Now let me show you how to define the variables at a later point of time. Look at this one. Now what I have done is I have just defined a simple template. This means it just creates the structure or the skeleton. It doesn't allocate space. Since I have not given a variable name over here or a structure name over here, it has just defined the skeleton, but it has not allocated space over here. But inside my main, I have used the structure definition and then this name of the structure. Then I have given two variable names, EMP1 and EMP2. They are now having the reference to this structure. Now once you define this, either you give this EMP1 and EMP2 here, that means at the definition of structure itself it allocates space. Otherwise you define at some other place, use it at some other place. Either way it's fine. So you define the structure in one place, you are allocating space with a different name in some other place. This is also fine, but the effect is exactly the same. The only thing is when the compiler sees this, it will not allocate space. When the compiler sees this statement, it allocates space. This is defining or allocating space to the structure at a later point of time. A structure can contain another structure also. Now look at this. I have defined two structures. Structure DOB for date of birth. It has three parts: date, month, year. Okay, So this is a structure. In employee structure, I have added that structure as a substructure. DOB, I have given EMP DOB as the name. So a structure, employee structure, contains another structure called DOB. This is allowed. You can go to any levels. And now, while I am assigning employee 1 dot the substructure employee DOB dot that field name. So the primary record is EMP1, the sub record is EMP-DOB, within that MM. So you can use the qualifiers to reach to that leaf level. Now, same way I'm just printing it. Let me execute this. So you have got employee ID, name, salary, date, month, and year. This is structure within a structure. So in structures, either you can define a template structure, or you can define a structure along with the space allocated, or you can have a structure within a structure. Structures are extremely useful when you are dealing with business applications and records. Thank you.